Welcome to Vertical Multiplication and Division Booklet 6, Long Division A, dividing 2 by 1. Basically, this is going to be your introduction to long division. Before we get into this regular standard algorithm, I'm going to show you the distributive property. So, 46 divided by 2. I can solve this in a couple of different ways. The first way I'm going to do is the distributive property and split it up. So, 46 divided by 2, I'm going to separate it into 40 plus 6 divided by 2. So, instead of having 40 plus 6 inside the same parentheses, I want to use my distributive property and do 40 divided by 2 and 6 divided by 2. So 40 divided by 2 is equal to 20. 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. 20 plus 3 is 23. And that is my final answer. Okay, so now going on to actual long division, we're going to work with 18 divided by 3. Now most of you already know this, that the answer is 6, but I'm going to show you how to set it up with long division. So there's my division sign. I want to have 18 underneath it, 3 on the outside, and the answer up top, 6. 18 is what we call the dividend, or basically what you are dividing. Since it's 18 divided by 3, 3 is what's doing the dividing, and 18 is what's being divided. 3 is also called the divisor, or what you're dividing by. And 6 is the quotient. That's basically just a fancy word for the answer. So 18 dividend, 3 divisor, 6 is the quotient. So let's try another problem here. 25 divided by 4. Well, I'm going to set it up. There we go. I'm going to have 25 underneath, 4 on the outside. My answer is actually 6 remainder 1, because 4 goes into 25 6 times with 1 left over. 25 again is my dividend, 4 is my divisor, 6 is my quotient, and 1 is the remainder. Okay. So for long division, let's try 54 divided by 3. I know that 54 is my dividend, so it goes underneath. I know that 3 is my divisor, it goes on the outside, bounding on in there. So now step 1 is how many times does 3 go into 5? 1 time. So I'm going to put a 1 directly above it. Step 2 is I need to multiply these numbers together. So 1 times 3 is equal to 3. I'm going to place this underneath the 5, and I'm going to subtract. So 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. The next step is I need to bring down the 4. There we go. So how many times can 3 now go into 24? 8 times. I know that 3 times 8 is equal to 24. So I'm going to place this directly underneath the other 24 and subtract. Well, hopefully you know that 24 minus 24 is equal to 0. And since they equal 0, there is no remainder. So in this case, 54 divided by 3 is equal to 18, and that's my final answer. There are also some word problems associated in this book, and so I wanted to give you a sample of one just to kind of get you prepared for that type of thing. So, Mr. Lee paid $35 for 2 shirts and 1 pair of pants. The pants cost 3 times as much as the shirt. How much did each cost? So I want to give you a visual representation of this. So I'm going to go ahead and put in, there's 1 shirt, there were 2 shirts, so I'm going to go ahead and put a second one, and 1 pair of pants. There we go. And that whole thing, if I added them all together, is equal to $35. Now I can't really solve this with shirts and pants, so I actually need to get all shirts or all pants. Now it tells me that the pants cost 3 times as much as the shirt. Or basically, if I bought 3 shirts, it's the same thing as 1 pair of pants cost-wise. So that's why I'm going to change pants into 3 shirts, like so. So now that I have all shirts, if I added them all up, there would be 5 total shirts, which equals $35. So now, doing some basic division, I would then go 35 divided by 5. Which most of you know is $7. So 1 shirt is equal to $7. Now it tells me that pants cost 3 times as much as the shirt. If one shirt is $7, then the pair of pants must cost you 3 times as much, which is $21.